Hello and welcome back to Sharks Happen. We're just going to talk real quick about the few attacks we just had over in Walton County, Florida. It was 1:45 the other day. There was a 45-year-old woman. She was swimming in a sandbar with her husband and she was attacked. She suffered significant injuries to her midsection, to her pelvic area, and lost, I believe it is, the forearm to the shark. And then 90 minutes later, at about 4 miles away from that attack, there was two young girls, a 15 and 17-year-old girl, were playing in waist-deep water. So you're talking 3 feet of water, and they were both attacked. Sounds like it's the same shark that got both these girls. And the one girl got significant injuries to her upper leg and her hand, probably defensive wounds going to try to fight off the shark. And the other girl ended up with just minor wounds to her foot. I've seen a couple different reports that said, one of them said that experts say that it's definitely the same shark in all three. It's probably the same shark with the two girls near the sandbar. I doubt that it's the same shark with all three. Also, it reminds me, the woman by the sandbar reminds me of Jamie Daigle that ended up a fatality, that her and her friend were playing by the sandbar. Can't remember how long ago this was, 2004 or something like that. It was quite a while back, but she was attacked viciously by a bull shark and ended up passing away from her wounds. I did come across a couple on radio. There was an expert that said that, he doesn't think that these are the same sharks. I don't know about the other two, but he's like me to where, you got a bunch of people going in the water. This is when the shark attacks are going to happen here. They happen over in Australia, I think a few months after they happen here. Well, they're probably in winter when we're in nice weather. But most of those Florida attacks are going to start happening now. They're going to start happening up along the coast. People are going into the water. The sharks aren't being any different. It's us that are being different. Our actions are different. We're going into the water, which we don't do when it's cold. So I just wanted to go over these few attacks, and we'll cover them as soon as everything comes out. Hopefully everybody makes it out okay. But I do want to tell everybody, number one, it's more likely to happen to somebody else than you. But, if it happens to you, it's not something you want to go through. I would not take chances myself. I mean, life's kind of precious, and just throw it away. Just go ahead and go for a swim. I'd get a pool. But anyway, I wanted to go through that and remind people that, when it's murky water, don't go in. When you can't see, if you're in waist-deep water, you can't see down to the floor, I would stay out of the water. After rain, stay out of the water. And if you see any kind of fish that are in the area, especially bait fish, which will be, smaller size fish than a shark, but the shark's going to be chasing the bait fish. So New Smyrna always has that. This time of year, the spinners and the blacktips are going up into shore chasing their food. And that happens every year, and most of those attacks are just a bite and a release, maybe a quick shake, and very minimal damage. But the problem is you run into one of those bulls, a tiger, and maybe even a stray great white, and it's a different story. So, be careful out there. Don't wear jewelry. Make sure that you have a person with you when you go into the water. Make sure people know that you're at the water. Do everything you can to keep yourself from being a high percentage chance of getting hit by some shark out there. The problem is, I'd say go out there and go in a foot deep water. Well, I think you're pretty safe in a foot deep water. Not many sharks are going to be able to get to you at that. And, that's all I would do. I would stand in the water up to my ankles. That's about it. Not even in waves, because I've seen too many of these stories where sharks come on in a wave. So we're going to go over one in a full attack episode coming up here. I don't know when I'm going to cover it. I got 3 or 4 of them ready to go, but one of them's got a shark that came in on a wave and ended up bit the gentleman. when it came in. So if you're going to go out into that water, make sure that you are vigilant. Make sure that you're watching for sharky waters, sharky conditions. And I'll be back in a few more days. And until then, if you go into that water, you are much more afraid of these sharks than they are of you.